Yo, welcome to the Fly Route Podcast. Did you know that 96% of you all that are watching this video are not subscribed right now? So if you can, do me a favor, drop a like, drop a subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that I'm dropping. First off, let me actually do a little bit of introduction for you real quick. Let people understand who I'm talking to. So I'm sitting here with Justin Daniel. He plays offensive tackle. Played at South Paulding High School in Dullinsville, Georgia. That's right?
Correct.
Now plays for Bishop Sycamore. And were you on the field for the game against IMG?
No, I wasn't at the game for IMG. I had to come back home. I had got hurt the game we played Hoban, so I came back home for a little bit.
Okay, is the game against Hoban the game like 2 days before the IMG game?
No, the game against Hoban is the first game we played this season. That was like the first thing we played. Yeah.
Okay, so you got hurt during game one. All right.
Yeah.
All right. How old are you?
19.
19. What year did you graduate out of high school?
2020.
2020. All right. So this is the 2021-2022 school year. You're playing for a prep school.
Right, correct.
The first thing I want to talk about, so you're 19, you graduated in 2020. Can you explain to people, because I think there's a term, what it means to be a post-grad playing for a prep school?
Okay, so basically, it's like instead of all right, for the football people, instead of me taking 2 years and going to a JUCO or wasting time like that, I chose to go prep school, which I just play until December, and then I commit to any 4 year I want to go to. So, and I still got the option to go in JUCO, but it's basically like getting an extra year without starting your clock for NCAA.
Okay, so the reason why you stay in prep school is because you don't want to start using your NCAA eligibility clock.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. The term that I saw people using for this a lot was reclassified.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think that's a term of art. A lot of people don't understand that because, like, a lot of the people that are making these jokes, focusing on this, they never played ball. They don't really get it. What does it mean for a player to reclassify?
All right, so when you reclassify, you basically just instead of graduating with the class you're supposed to graduate with, you go to a class lower. Like you go down a class. So then, because I've been reclassified since 2020, because I was going to a school, you might have heard of it, USA Academy. So this school of scam, this whole thing ain't new to me. I've been through this once before with USA Academy, so I'm pretty new to this. So it ain't too much. It ain't too much what I'm hearing now that I ain't already heard.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. How does a player reclassify? Like, who reclassifies a player? Is there like a body, like organization or something you have to go through?
You have to first you can't just reclass. You just reclass. You have to apply for it through NCAA first.
Okay.
Then it has to be clear. You have to get your NCAA ID and all that before you even get cleared to participate in any fall sports or spring sports or anything like that.
Okay, so fantastic. So basically, reclassifying is just for the purpose of trying to start your clock in college a little bit later.
For my case, yeah.
Okay.
Some people reclass when like disasters, they reclass, or like they get injured and they still have time. Another thing I want to mention is to reclass, you have to have 4 years eligibility of high school football still. So like I didn't play my freshman or my sophomore year, so I still have 2 years, but I'm not used to. But I still have 2 years of eligibility basically. So
okay,
get it for them.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right. So a thing that was really big, a lot of people talked about this, was that you all supposedly told ESPN you had multiple D1 athletes on the team. Some people are saying 10, some people are saying 12. Do you all have any D1 committed?
All right, I'm gonna break it down to, okay, so like basically every person on our team is D1, like legit D1. Like basically from when they came from their hometown or their home school, they was the guy at that school. So that was the guy that you seen coaches come talk to at that school. So like basically it's just a team full of guys basically that was like dogs in high school. We all just came together and we all got offers. We all, I mean, I could pull up clips of on the phone with coaches and all that. So
okay, I don't want to hold you, but I got to be honest. So if the team is supposed to be like, I guess you kind of describe it to me as like an all-star class of high school players from other places. What happened against IMG?
Coaching. We ain't had a coaching like IMG. People don't understand this. IMG got 3 high school teams, man. They got a national team, they got a high school team A and a high school team B. Okay, we had one team. We got one team. That team gonna play any national team, any post-grad. We gonna play any school that want to play us. So with what happened with us is we didn't have like the proper coaching. We got all the players in the world. Like anybody know that play football, you can have as much skill as you want to, but if we ain't got the discipline, the coaching, and the order, it's not gonna go right. And our coaches try their best to provide that, but it just it's just a small school. Everybody want to see us lose, so people not gonna try to help you, and that's pretty much what happened.
Okay, so there's only one team, and then how does that work? So are any of the players that are on your team, I guess, non-reclassified players?
Yeah, we have, like, for instance, my quarterback Jay Knight. He's a junior in high school. That's our backup quarterback. He was number 4. He got he tore some ligaments in his ankle at the Hobie game. We have Bud. That's a tailback. We have a couple more of the guys, and that's just to name a few. So yeah, we have a lot of young guys. That's another thing people don't understand. People love to say that we went out there and got smashed by IMG, but they don't understand it's a real team. Like, if we was able to put a group of 36-year-olds on the field, I promise you that wouldn't have went that way. Like you feel me? So I promise you that wouldn't have went that way. So they get on Instagram, Twitter, and everything talking about how they beat, like, y'all really beat a bunch of 15 and 16-year-old kids. But like, it's to the point where they want it bad enough. They don't care about playing IMG. Like we knew going into the game, we wasn't going to beat IMG, but we still wasn't going to back down from it. Because you can ask what other Ohio team stood up and played them.
That is true. I heard that from a lot of people. Everybody ducks IMG.
Where the
IMG takes anybody.
Where the Bufords, where all them schools at? Why they ain't want to play IMG on TV?
Okay, I'm with you. So then you all play. So some traditional high school students as well as some reclassified students play on one team, and then this one team competes against other schools.
Facts. We play that one team. Our one team play against any school. Like, that one team gonna play IMG national team, anybody national team. We'll play the Falcons. Line them up.
I love the confidence. All right. So of the D1 players that you have, are all those D1 players reclassified? Like, they got offers, so then they decided to take some extra time before committing to those schools and going?
Some. I don't know about all cases, but some of them like that. I know a lot of dudes reclassified to get their grades right because they can go to bigger schools than what they had, because a lot of things it boiled down to grades. And it was either JUCO, because like you can have offers from any school you want to, any school in the country, but if you don't got the grades, it's nothing that can, it's nothing you can do about it. So that's why we went back, took time, get our grades right, and just try to get as much done in this sort of period of time until December as we could.
Okay, then I'm with you. So if there's been a lot of talk about the school itself, is it a legitimate school? Many people have been calling it like a scam, a fake school, but you're saying that players are going there to take that extra year to get their grades up, to get into a different university,
exactly.
a better university.
Facts.
What is the actual like curriculum and schooling like at Bishop Sycamore for them to be able to do that?
For me and a few of the players, because we're post-grads, it's a little different than like what, for instance, Jay Knight or what Bub would get. So for us, we more like, we take the classes that we need or classes that we can start, and it'll help us when we go to college. So like, I know I take a few college classes that I can use to start me off at the next level, because I'm done with high school. Like, all my high school classes are complete. The other thing, I can do foreign language. If I didn't take a foreign language back in high school and I needed that class to get into college, I can go back there and take a foreign language class. And instead of going to a 4-year or a 2-year JUCO, I can just go to Bishop Sycamore for the semester, take my foreign language, and be out of there.
Okay, so a good question for this. So do you have any like Jay Knight was a good example. You used that a couple of times. Are you all like around them like daily and stuff? Do you see them going to classes? Like, where is it all online, I assume?
Yeah, it's all online. I see them daily though. We stay inside the same apartments.
Okay.
And that's another thing. We stay inside the apartments, and some of the younger guys though, they stay with Coach Roy sometimes. Like, some of the 15-year-olds and the 16-year-olds, they'll stay with Coach Roy. And that's why, like, when I seen Coach Roy getting bashed, like, oh, this is a bad coach. Like, people don't understand the real Coach Roy. Like, this man gave up privacy in his own home, took food off his table to make sure somebody else's kids were straight.
All right, I'm done with you because there's a lot of like the rumors. I don't know if you ever overlapped with Aaron Boyd, but apparently Aaron Boyd had been interviewed by some news networks, Complex, etc., and he was saying things about how players were not being fed, they didn't have a place to stay, they were evicted from multiple areas where rent was not paid. Did you overlap with him at all? Do you know him?
Nah.
No. Okay.
If anything,
And
he might have went to a school previous in the past, but this ain't nothing like a school in the past. Like just as far as players to coaching to discipline to the way things are ran, it's not the same. We not them.
okay. So people are being fed, people have a place to stay consistently,
Facts.
and it's just like the younger kids are staying with Coach Roy. Y'all have apartments where y'all grown, right? Y'all over
Facts.
18. That makes sense that y'all can stay in apartments, etc. All right, then I want you to speak more on your coach. You've been defending him a lot lately. People have been talking about possible arrest warrants that he has, fraud allegations, unpaid loans, etc. Do you like what would you want to tell everybody about Coach Roy, hearing everything what everybody else is saying?
Okay, another thing people don't understand is when you come to this school, you got to pay a deposit. $1,000 deposit is $16K to go there, as far as like to cover your housing and all that. But the thing people don't understand is, coach, instead of making those kids stay in the complexes they're from, the broken down, abandoned, or whatever situation they come from, Coach was like, "No, I'm not going. If you don't got the money, I understand. I'd have been, I'd have been in your shoes before. So I'm not gonna make you just not be able to get this opportunity. Come down here and we'll do what we have." So what he meant by that is people expect us to go and eat Outback or something every day. We might not eat Outback, but we'll get pizza, sandwiches. We'll get fed. Like, it's not gonna be Outback every day. IMG don't even eat Outback every day. So, when the way people was coming for Coach Roy, I felt like they really didn't know and understand what this man went through, what he did, the sacrifices he made. Like, we got over 30 unpaid deposits, and that's $1,000 a piece. So when you take $30,000 from a program and then expect things to just run normal, you can't. Like, no one can take 30,000 and just run normal.
Okay, so the deposit is 1K, and you're saying that people are paying six. Do you know any students that are actually paying the actual $16,000 to go to Bishop Sycamore?
No one had to pay the full 16, like, because Coach Roy, he understood like this is a team full of kids that really came from nothing. So if you came from nothing, you're just not gonna have 16K just sitting there. So instead of the 16K, he just pay the 1,000. That's all you gotta do, just pay the 1,000.
And people aren't paying the 1,000 either.
People not trying to pay the 1,000. A few people paid the 1,000, but like people just can't. Like, it's to the point where they can't. But instead of Coach Roy just saying, you know what, you didn't pay the money, go home. As if you go to a JUCO, you don't got that 1,000, you're not getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I really, Coach Roy a hero. He taking care of other people's kids and other people's responsibilities without nothing. That man get up with a smile on his face every morning. He might cuss us out a little bit, but he gonna still get up with a smile on his face, and it's all out of love.
Okay, this makes a lot of sense to me. Then where's the money coming from if no one's paying the 1,000, no one pays the 16,000? How do y'all travel? How do y'all like pay for equipment, feed everybody? Like what?
As much as people go against us, we still got some people that root for us. So as far as boosters or other organizations, they help us out. Like, just last week we went and ate at B-Dubs, I think, not B-Dubs, something Mongolian Grill, paid for.
BDs,
yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
And it paid for, like, just because of us and the way that we carry ourselves. And our coach, like, he has pools in the city, like, so we don't really gotta worry about too much.
Okay, so a lot of people had another thing that they were really harping on, is the phrase I want to use, where they were talking about you all playing 2 games in 3 days. Is that something that is frequent?
No. Like, I see a lot of people say, how you go play 2 games back to back? But people go work 12-hour shifts, get off work, and go work 12 more. But when we play 40 minutes, rest for 2 days, and go play 40 more minutes. Now, if my coach would have canceled the games, he would have been looked at as, oh, they ran. We ain't running from nothing.
People would have said that you ran from IMG if you canceled the game. That is definitely true. People would have said you ran from IMG if you canceled the game. So I guess what I'm trying to understand is, if y'all have so many D1 athletes. Why aren't y'all winning more? Is it just like coaching?
Yeah, coaching and as well as depth. We have D1 athletes, but like you still need we have a couple D1 athletes. Don't mean we have a whole straight D1 line. Like our line's not straight D1. I used to be D1, but I ain't gonna lie. After COVID, I'm not the same 6'9", 369-pound monster that was on the field. You know, it takes time to get back into the groove of things and everything like that. It's still the beginning of the season. We really ain't got a chance to like really gel and lock together yet. So when we do, what most people don't understand is the holding game about 2 weeks ago. That was our first time at pads ever, like ever. Never, like
no pads at practice.
No pads at practice at all.
How often do y'all practice?
Every day. I can show y'all the schedule. We get up at 5 a.m. every morning with Coach Terry. Ain't no way you're not getting up. He'll come in your room and get you up yourself.
Okay, facts. So you said that you had D1 offers. What school or schools had offered you prior to the whole COVID thing going on?
I had South Carolina, Florida State, Maryland, Southern Methodist, Fresno State, San Diego State, UCF, Akron. I had a couple more. I had a few more, just to name a few.
Okay. And what happened? So, like, what happens to those offers that I guess now you're like they are gone?
They became uncommittable. So, like, what that means is I either went to a program where they felt like I wasn't stable enough at that program, or I just, stayed out of contact with coaches, or just coaching changes. And a lot in the NCAA, a lot of coaching changes happen. So a coach might have you on his radar as the coach that wanted you. But when the next coach come in, he might have a different plans or have a different guy that he's been rocking with the school he came from. So it just all comes down. It's all a business at the end of the day. So it's all about timing and how you play it.
Okay. I'm with you. That makes a lot of sense to me. Why do y'all pick such a tough schedule? So Max Prep says that y'all have the fourth toughest schedule in the country.
Correct.
If y'all ain't got the depth, y'all ain't got the money, y'all ain't got the coaches, why are y'all picking the very, very best teams in the nation?
Because we knew that if we got on the field and show that we're not scared to play with them, and we got some dogs that'll go out there and still hit head to head every play, no reps, like that's gonna prove a point. Like we not running, we not gonna go play another school that's new, or schools that people want to see us play. Like we could have put a schedule together that would have just went 11-0. We don't want to go 11-0 easy. We want to be known for beating big schools and stuff like that.
So you're rapping, is that the plan instead of ball? Or are you still trying to get back to D1?
No, I like to use Chad Thomas as an example. Major 9, he played at Florida, and then he played with the Cleveland Browns. That's really like my idol. That's what I look up to. That's why I'm trying to model after. So I know that music always gonna be there. Football not. And I know that at any time football can be a downfall just as well as music can. So that's why I know I already have a stable ground with music.
Okay. All right, talk that.
And nobody gonna line up with us, so they can stay in the comments.
All right, talk that. All right, so there's been some concerns. Like we've talked about D1 a lot, and I think that's was something that was really big for everybody. Is like, how can these guys be D1? This thing went so bad, they have to be lying. So there have been some accusations from people, especially particularly associated with 247sports.com. I think it's a pretty popular site, especially for high school athletes trying to be seen, shown out, etc. Right. And that some of the offers that you all were reporting were fake, and that some of the huddle pages that you all were using were also fake. What do you guys say about that?
I mean, 24/7 might need to get their stuff together, because I can release screenshots. I mean, y'all was on. I can't use that type of word, but let's just put it like this. Y'all was in my DM asking for me to send y'all my schools, and y'all was in my partner. Another one they used was Pahokee, Adrian Brown. So I done seen Pahokee on the phone with coaches, and coaches trying to get them commit on the spot, it just everything. So all this stuff is report. Is what happens is you'll get people on the media that get to talking. You know how Twitter and stuff works. They see one thing, or they gonna run with it. Like that 36-year-old player. We barely got 18 and 19-year-olds. How we gonna get a 36-year-old?
I did see 36 everywhere. Everybody was talking about 36.
Our coach is not even 36.
Okay. So it's just what is the difference between having an offer and a verbal commitment of interest?
All right, so offer you can commit on. Basically, you can commit on that right now. But like as far as like a verbal commitment of interest, I'm not too familiar with that term, but I think that you're talking about like if a school's like they have interest in you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a lot of schools they show interest. That don't mean you get offered. When the only reason you'll see us supposed to offer if a coach says congratulations you're offered or we get official offers. Like
Okay.
like nobody got time. We already go to Bishop Sycamore, so the lights on us. So to go out there and lie about an offer, that ain't the move. And then for one, how can we lie about offers? Is all the coaches that we post in the office from follow us?
Okay.
Feel me? It just don't make sense. If I post something bad about you or something fake about you, you'll check it. So you mean to tell me these schools just letting their stuff get posted and nothing getting checked, or they just retweet it knowing it's fake? Something don't check out about that.
Okay. So okay, I'm with you. So who would you consider the top players on your team?
The top players on my team, I'm gonna have to say Jeremy, Trill, Armand,
Armand Scott's Jeremy Neborn.
Yeah, that's Jeremy Neborn.
Okay. Armand Scott's.
Yeah.
I think that was Trillian Hayes.
Trillian Harris.
Trillian Harris. Facts. Anybody else that you are out there? Because I've seen a lot. Like I've seen a lot about these guys.
Our whole team, like I tell you, our whole team really stacked. Like if we got IMG coaches for the same period of time, I bet you that game would have learned a whole different route.
Okay, facts. Look, this was like very helpful, very enlightening. I feel like there's been a lot of one-sidedness on this story, right? And I feel like, it was great for you, come through, represent your people, speak on their behalf, try to set the record straight through y'all eyes and y'all's lens.
Sir.
Okay. I appreciate you for coming on. If you got anything else you want to say to people, let people know where they can find you, etc. Like let people know where they can find your music. It seems like it's hot.
Yeah, something like that. You can follow me on Instagram at NBH, Jayy. And then on Twitter, KVNG _ JD71. And then as a message to y'all, just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. Appreciate you for coming on the show.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. That is it for episode 50 of the Fly Route Podcast. As always, I want to appreciate y'all for hanging out, rocking with me, and chilling. Crazy there wasn't going to be an episode this week. I was going to take this week off, just have some birthday stuff going on, not be in the work, but things just felt too great. Great interview landed in my lap. The story was way too hot, way too buzzing, and I'm really happy. If y'all liked it, please make sure to subscribe wherever you're listening and just give us a listen.
The Fly Route Podcast.